Hey friends, welcome back to the Art Room with Mrs. Nolte. Hey, today we're going to be doing a three-part series on creating a snow globe that has form and perspective. The first part of our project is going to be on creating the drawing of our snow globe. So here's our little snow globe. We're going to be making the drawing part on part one of our video. Next, part two, we're going to be coloring in and creating the details within the snow globe. And part three is going to be the watercolor technique to create this illusion that it's in a globe and that there's some snow going on in the background. We're going to create this technique using watercolor paint and salt. So let's get started on video one, creating the drawing or the structure for our snow globe. See you in the art room. Drawing a snow globe with perspective. Hi friends, welcome to the art room. We have a fun project for you today. This is going to be on creating a three-dimensional snow globe, or at least one that has some perspective so it looks a little bit rounder. For materials that we're going to need is you're going to get a piece of white watercolor paper to draw and paint on, a decent watercolor brush, and you can tell because it's got a nice little point to it and there's not crazy hairs coming out of it. You want something that is nice and smooth and doesn't look frayed. Some pan watercolors, a little bowl of water, a Sharpie. It does need to be a permanent marker and not a Crayola, because when we go to watercolor it'll run if we don't have a permanent marker. And I'm using a little old Chinette paper plate for a tracer. You can use something else for a tracer, but I found that these little Chinette plates work pretty well. This is a 9 by 12 inch piece of paper. I believe this plate is a 6 inch or a 7 inch plate. Alright, so we are going to start by creating our circle part for the globe of our snow globe. We're going to lay down the paper plate, and you want to put it kind of towards the top of the page. You can have it in the middle, but I would go up just a tiny bit. So if everybody can get that positioned. Then we're going to trace the plate. So I hold my hand on the top so that it doesn't move. I'm going to take my marker. I'm going to keep it straight up. And I'm going to try not to go at an angle with it. When I reach my hand, I stop, I lift, and I come across my hand and I start again and I continue. I'm going to remove the plate. So this is going to be the globe part of our snow globe. Now I'm going to take my, actually I'm going to do this differently. Let's do it this way. I'm going to take my paper plate. I'm going to line it back up on my circle. I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and I'm going to make a partial curve right here. Okay. This is going to be the base for my snow globe. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to start, I'm going to come down, and I'm lining it up here, and then I'm going to carefully slide it down a little bit more. And I'm going to trace just a little bit at the bottom again. Okay. And this time I'm going to kind of bowl it out a little bit. And I think I'm going to do one more. Line it up on the bottom curve I just made. I'm going to slide it straight down, and I'm going to make one more kind of a curve, like a little smile. And I'm going to make one more curve. This is going to be the base for my snow globe. So it looks like it has some form to it and it's kind of round. I'm going to write, I think right in here, I'm going to write cursive, let it snow. I may draw a couple little things on here, a little snow. There we go. Okay. So I have my base and I have my globe part. The next thing that we're going to want to do is create the snow, the base of the snow inside of the globe. We're going to not come straight across, which would be very easy, but we'll lose the illusion. So I'm going to start maybe about 2 fingers up from the base of the globe. And I am going to draw a wavy line that comes down and it follows the curve of the globe. So this is sitting at the bottom of the snow globe. So if you could all do that, that'd be great. Next, we're going to add our snowman. Most of us like to work from the bottom up. This one, I'm going to be kind of tricky. I'm going to start at the top and work my way down so that my shapes overlap in front. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to start with a hat for him. So I'm going to make kind of a little rectangle shape there. Next, and this is almost to the top, not quite. Next, we're going to make an oval shape. We're going to start at the middle of the rectangle, and I'm going to draw an oval. It's going to come down and around so that I have a hat. Okay. The next thing I want to do is make his head. His head is going to be circle, but I'm going to start at the base of the hat and I'm going to make almost like a U shape. Oop. And there's his head. Once you have your head, we'll add a scarf. So a curved line here and a curved line on the other side of his head. And we'll connect those with a curved line. There's the top of his scarf. And we're going to add the bottom of the scarf by making 2 straight lines down and squaring it off so it is a rectangle. Then we're going to do the belly, the next part. We're going to start at the base of the scarf right here. And I'm going to make a U shape again. So I'm going to come down and around, and I'm going to come back up and meet right there. And the last shape is going to be the base of the snowman. And this one, we're going to start at the bottom of the belly, make a curve shape, and stop, and make another curve shape on the other side, and stop, so that he's sitting in the snow. My snowman needs some buttons. A circle would be a nice shape for a button, although buttons do come in other shapes, but mostly circles. 3 circles for buttons. I need 2 more circles for some eyes. 1 and 2. And his nose is going to be a carrot. So I'm going to create a V shape, but on its side. So it won't be going down or up. It's going to be pointing to the side. Here's my V. And I'd like to round off the top. And I'm going to add a few dots in the shape of a smile. If you'd like, you can color in the eye with your Sharpie, but I'm going to leave a tiny little bit of white in there for a highlight. He is missing his arms. So to make 2 arms, we're going to begin with a diagonal line up, and I'm going to put another one coming to the side. And instead of making stick hands, which you can do, I'm going to make a mitten for him. So I'm going to draw a perpendicular line. It almost looks like a letter T. I'm going to make a curved line right above it, and then another curved line to the side. Do you see what this is? It's a mitten. Draw the straight line and connect it to the base. I'm going to do the same thing over here. A perpendicular line, a little bit out from it, I'm going to make a curved line, another curved line from the side, and then I'm going to connect. That's a wonky one, but that's okay. And I'm going to have my snowman holding a big heart. Okay. Awesome. All right. So I think our drawing looks pretty good. I may add a couple more details to it, which you can work on right now. I think I'm going to color in the buttons black. I'm going to add some stripes on his scarf. I may even add some fringe on the scarf. I think I'm going to add a little detail on the hat. Okay. And I'm going to add a little rib on the mitten, just to give it a little more detail. And I may even go in and make a little zigzag pattern or something on the stand of the snow globe. You can draw whatever you like, just to give it a little interest. Okay. And before I go any further, I'm going to sign my name with the Sharpie right here, so that I know that this is mine and I don't forget. Okay. So that's our basic drawing of our snowman snow globe. I'm going to have some fun with the base here, add a few more designs on it just to make it have a little pattern, a little interest. Okay. And then we're going to get to painting. So you may get this far today, and then we can do the painting for next class. So I'm going to stop the video here, and then we'll go to the painting part in part 2.